Hi everyone, here's our weather impact alert for this Friday night, July 25th. We are now just, 5 months away from Christmas? So Christmas in July, July 25th. Time is 8:32 on this Friday evening. Live picture here from Nacogdoches, looking over the campus of Stephen F. Austin State University and Homer Bryce Stadium. And this is a little cumulonimbus cloud, what is left of a thunderstorm that is off to the northwest of Nacogdoches here this evening. Here's a question for you. If you want to participate, you can chime in on a comment either on the Facebook page or on the YouTube channel. We're doing these updates more regularly, but is there a certain topic that you'd like to see discussed, or a certain forecast that you would like to see? Is it a long-term forecast? Do you want more tropical outlooks? Just let us know in the comments below, and we will try to cater to what you all want to see. But anyway, right now this is a thunderstorm that we are tracking across the area. This is not the thunderstorm from the Nacogdoches camera. This is one near Hawkins. That's a pretty little feisty thunderstorm there west of Mineola. North of Hawkins, probably in Hawkins, you're hearing the thunder and lightning right now. That's near Little Hope. And up toward Lake Fork, we're not seeing anything right now, so a little evening fishing wouldn't be too bad. Here's one of the thunderstorms northeast of Carthage, near Elysian Fields and DeBerry and Grand Bluff. So a little thunderstorm there, going to cross over 59, staying northwest of Carthage. All right, here's the thunderstorm I think that we're looking at from Nacogdoches right now, toward Sackle, over toward Rusk. You can see that thunderstorm kind of weakening. These lighter gray flashes are older lightning flashes. The newest ones are going to be the brighter white ones. That thunderstorm just west of Rusk, so it's going to rain moderately hard, thunder and lightning in Rusk for sure. And then we come down here toward Manning, south and east of Lufkin. You got a decent thunderstorm south of Huntington, south of Highway 69 between Zavala and Diboll. That one is just kind of drifting off from the east to the west toward Diboll. Question is, will it hold together and make it all the way across Angelina County? Otherwise, you're looking at those scattered showers of thunderstorms winding down here. They're just kind of slowly winding down. In fact, I'm looking at that Nacogdoches thunderstorm, and I know we were looking off to the northwest, so it might be what's left of that thunderstorm in there just south of Cushing. Hey, we have a weather impact alert for Saturday. Isolated flash flooding is possible. Right now, Weather Prediction Center has an excessive rainfall outlook for parts of East Texas. It's a marginal risk, meaning if we had some flash flooding, it would be isolated in nature. All right, well, today, tied for the second warmest day in 2025. 96 was the high in Tyler this afternoon, 96 back on the 21st, 97 yesterday. In fact, our top 5 warmest days have all occurred within the last 5 days. You know what? We're going to get hotter next week. Over the weekend, we're going to get a little bit of a break. There are some rain chances, more cloud cover. Tomorrow's high temperatures, so Saturday's high temperatures could be in the upper 80s. Isn't that going to be great? This is going to feel fantastic. But then we start climbing 96 by Monday, and then upper 90s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Some data pushes our high temperature on Wednesday to 100 degrees. I think that could happen provided we don't get a lot of rainfall tomorrow, but all indications are there should be some widespread showers with some heavier downpours, and those downpours could moisten the soil enough to where, as we try to warm things up, we first have to evaporate the soils, and that uses up a little bit of the sun's energy, and sometimes you can't get the temperature to rise because you don't have a baked hard surface like dry ground like we had back in 2022 and 2023 when we had 40 plus 100 degree days. Looking longer term, after the 1st of August, temperatures are a little bit below average. The average high now is 96. And by the way, officially, we are officially in the dog days of summer up until about August 13th. That's when we see, on average, our warmest temperatures of the year, both in the morning and in the afternoon. Looking through August 8th, above average rainfall is still favored. Something that I looked at, and I don't show you here, but we will in coming days, there is yet another little piece of tropical moisture or Gulf moisture. If you want to argue against it being called tropical moisture, it's truly because it's not coming from the Caribbean. It's really just areas of low pressure that are blowing up off the east coast of Florida and just kind of riding through the Gulf and then moving back into Texas. So it's more Gulf moisture than true tropical moisture. And none of this is like a tropical storm or a tropical depression. These are just broad areas of low pressure that are moving through that should provide added rainfall chances into next week and the start of August. When we look at the longer term temperatures, August 2nd to August 8th, you'll notice now near average temperatures are dipping down into parts of East Texas closer to Interstate 30, getting closer to Interstate 20. Instead of being firmly in the above average likely temperature category, now we're kind of splitting the difference here in Tyler. So it's favored that we'll have above average temperatures. And I suppose if you look at next week when you're 98, 99, 98, and you averaged it all out over the next 8 to 14 days, well, yeah, then the temperatures would be a little bit above average. So with that in mind, I do think the temperatures at the start of August, especially right around the 3rd, 4th, 5th, are going to be a little bit below average. Could be 95, that's still below average, but more like 92, 93 degrees. Hot, yes, not excessively hot. All right, here's Future Skycast. I'm going to show you these just broad area of low pressure that's down in the southern part of Texas, just kind of spinning there, and then waves of moisture moving on shore here. One of them is even coming into Sunday. We have almost a sea breeze shower set up Sunday with showers moving all the way up to Tyler and Interstate 20. So the rain chances Saturday, rain chances Sunday. Finally, by Monday, we'll dry out. Again, we'll get 6 additional hours of data and have that for you on CBS19 News at 10 o'clock. I'm going to put the rain chance tomorrow at 50%. I think most of us see rainfall. Now, it's not all day, but at least some point between 1 and 9 p.m. tomorrow, it could rain. Some of that could be heavy in spots. Other areas would see maybe a passing shower that produces a couple hundredths of an inch of rain to about 1/10 of an inch. So it's kind of feast or famine on the rainfall tomorrow, but certainly most of us should at least get some rain in our backyards. Sunday, it's more isolated, and then Monday and Tuesday, we're drying out. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's so hot that we can't rule out a stray shower Wednesday. There's a weak frontal boundary moving into the picture Thursday and Friday, so we'll keep a 20% chance of rain in. Was tempted to go 30% chance on one of those days, but we're not just seeing enough evidence, enough agreement among the longer range models to go that high. All right, rainfall chances tomorrow, definitely going to be best in southern parts of Rusk County, Cherokee County, and southern Anderson County southward. So cities of Crockett, Nacogdoches, Lufkin Center, Hemphill, and even Henderson and Jacksonville, you're in the 60 to 70% chance of rain. 70% chance that it rains in deep East Texas tomorrow, so it's almost certain. Come a little bit farther back to the northwest, Tyler, Gilmer, Mount Pleasant, and Athens are now sitting in this 50% chance, so about half of us seeing rain tomorrow. Farther to the northwest, you get back toward Emory, toward Dallas, it looks like it's more widely scattered. But most of the rain concentrated over deep East Texas Saturday afternoon, 1 to 9 o'clock. Once the sun sets Saturday evening, those showers will fade away. All right, this is what you've probably been waiting for, this detailed look at Future Skycast starting off at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And you can see already some showers are starting to flare up in parts of Houston and Anderson County, and then they become more widespread. So this is fairly widespread area. I mean, you're looking at about the coverage here, around half of East Texas seeing rain. Deep East Texas, couple downpours close to San Augustine and Hemphill. We get into the 5 o'clock time frame. It looks like one wave of rain passes, and then as we get closer to the evening hours, that rain eventually kind of fades away. Sunday, we're going to juice up the atmosphere again. There probably are some leftover boundaries from Saturday's rain, and so focusing on those little boundaries, those little interactions where there's instability in the atmosphere, showers will flare back up, and by about 7 o'clock, they'll be gone, setting us up for that hot stretch of temperatures next week. All right, we'll get, again, 6 more hours of data coming in here at about 9:15, and then update you at 10 o'clock. Rainfall next 3 days. This is just going to show you how we could have these downpour areas. That's 1.25 inches in those light blue areas, and they're just dotted around East Texas. It almost looks like there's just a one main band of heavy rain that pushes back to the west and then begins to weaken. So that's why you have that sort of one solid area where it's a little bit heavier. I'm surprised to see deep East Texas with as high of a rain chance that we could see down there to have maybe only 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch of rainfall. So this may get shifted southeastward with some new information that comes in later tonight. These numbers may be lighter, but I'm not surprised to see around the DFW only about a trace of rainfall, so some sprinkles back that way. So certainly a fair amount of rain, good for the garden, good for the lawns if you want to keep that grass growing green and not use your sprinkler. Good for the lakes, keeps them right at where they need to be. Streams flowing, everything looking good. So and it also helped to keep the temperatures at or just slightly below average as we go into August. All right, let's break tomorrow down for you, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. I think we start to see the flare up. The clouds are certainly building by 11 o'clock tomorrow. The winds are light. Humidity will be there. It's going to be very humid. We get into the noon, 1, 2 o'clock time frame. You've got a wave of showers and thunderstorms coming through. Another one around 4, 5, 6 o'clock, and then things should quiet down. Here's your Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine Joint Hospital 7-day forecast. We're going with the highest. Averaging this out, a 50% chance of rain. So essentially splitting the middle, splitting the difference between, let's say, Sulphur Springs and Hemp Hill, about a 50% chance. Sulphur Springs being about a 30% chance or 20% chance, and you've got 70% chance over Deep East Texas. We'll average that out and round it up to 50%. Sunday, isolated showers and thunderstorms, 94, 96 on Monday, upper 90s. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 95 degrees. All right, so here's the wild card. I'm going to hit it one more time and see what we have. Nothing. All right, I just wanted to see what the next graphic was. I thought maybe it would be the 8 to 14 day outlook, which I already talked about. Anyway, that's what you get for doing something live on TV. Thanks for watching our Facebook page and the YouTube channel and CBS 19 Plus. Have a great Friday night. Don't forget to tune in at 10 for the latest weekend forecast.